It's here, it's here, it's here. I got my purple Kydex, and doesn't that go good? That is gonna be a pretty knife. Let me, I'm gonna get my, did I say Kydex? Damn it. G10. This is G10, and I have purple Kydex. Let me get that. Okay, so this, this is basically what it's gonna look like. This is, Willow's Garden and Donald. That's going to be a pretty knife. And I've got Patrick's handles over here, but Patrick's handles are thick enough where they're not going to need a liner. See how the difference in thickness? So now these are not quite as thick, but they'll do. Okay. So I got some bad news. My lawnmower, my ZTR, has a bad deck bearing. And while it's not raining, it's supposed to get a lot of rain today. I got to get that lawnmower right there over to my garage. And I got to get that mower up and running quickly because we getting so much rain here that the grass is growing. My God, the grass is growing. My wife mows the yard. Well, she'll mow on Monday, and Wednesday it'll look like it hadn't been mowed again. So I'm not complaining. We need the rain, and I'll take all the rain we can get. But I got to get that mower up and running, and I'm going to stop what I'm doing right now and go do that. Okay. I was able to hire a Chinese assembly line worker, and he managed to get all the handles assembled and epoxied. As a matter of fact, Yuck Fu, why don't you take a break while I talk to the people, the good people here on YouTube. I know, breaks aren't something you're used to taking. Okay, now, I can't put it off any longer. This will be my first time shaping a handle on the belt after it's been epoxied on the blade. So cross your fingers and hope I don't screw this up. Okay, we're sanded up to 600. Let us go and put that on the buffer and see what we can make that look like. Well, I think I'm finally getting the hang of these hidden tangs. This is the first hidden tang that I have shaped on the knife. And the River's Edge knife maker, that's his channel, the River's Edge. It might not be the River's Edge, it might just be River's Edge. But anyway, he did a video where he showed himself shaping the handle on the tang, on the knife. And while I don't have the spindle sander that he used for the finger choil, I do have something else that I used, and that seemed to work just fine. So there we go. Needs a sheath now, but that's it. Okay, I'm sending my Chinese assembly line worker back to China. I gotta go home and take a shower. I'm covered with polishing dust and desert ironwood dust all over my, see, that's it there, and then it gets all over my legs, and then I breathe it, and so anyway, I'm gonna go home, and this is the end of the day for me. And I'm going to include some lawnmower repair footage after this, but when I finish the lawnmower repair, I'm waiting on parts. You'll see this first part again, and that I'm just including it because, you know, it's what I do in a day, and that's usually what I do, is show folks what I do throughout the day, whether it be knife making or riding a motorcycle or whatever. So I worked on the lawnmower today, and you'll see that footage, but you'll see it again when I finish the lawnmower. You don't have to watch it. I just want to put all that footage together because it might, you know, be a video that helps people down the road about how to replace a lawnmower deck spindle on a Hustler Raptor. And here's one other thing. Normally, in the past, I have not allowed ads to go on the middle of my videos. I have the option of shutting that off, where you only get an ad before the video starts, and then at the end of the video, if you so choose, you can watch an ad. But here's what I suspect is happening, and it makes sense, and if I was YouTube, I would do the same thing. When you don't allow ads in the middle of your video, YouTube does not help you get your video seen. So I'm gonna start allowing ads in the middle. I know how aggravating ads are. I'm sorry, but my subscriber growth has slowed significantly. My YouTube ad revenue has declined significantly, and I have to see if this will make a difference. So I'm sorry about the ads in the middle. I'm going to start allowing them, and for a month or two I'll watch it and see if it brings my subscriber growth back up and perhaps my revenue back up. Okay, thanks for watching, y'all. We're gonna go home and get clean. Alrighty. It would be nice if it was just a pulley, but I don't think it is. I think it's a spindle bearing. Oh, God. Well, it doesn't seem to have any weird play. Let me go to the other side. Okay, it's definitely this side. Watch this. So it's got a ton of play up there. That's good. Let me get it off. Of course, it would be well, it's not so bad. Let me get this off, and then I'll see what I got to do inside there. Okay, that pulley's got to come off. So you got to take that nut off, and the only way to get a grip on it is to put the blade back on and hold on to the blade. Actually, I'm spinning the blade, and this nut's going to come off while I hold the wrench on top. And then I think, likely, this shaft is just going to drop out. We'll see in a minute. Okay, that's off. Look at here. That's how bad that bearing is. There's part of it right there. No, maybe not. That's not. We'll see. I'll get this apart. Yeah, something ain't right. We'll see in a minute. These 4 bolts here got to come off now. Right here. Surprised it came. there's the rest of that bearing. Whoa, talk about disintegrating, huh? Wow. Absolute junk bearing, man. So there's the inner and the outer. There's the bearings. Unbelievable. Wow. There's the bearing seal. Another bearing seal. Interesting. What junk. What absolute freaking junk.
All the parts.
Good Lord. And here's the bottom bearing. The bottom bearing is on its way out too. I see absolutely no grease in there. That is amazing. Huh, absolutely amazing. And the thing is, I can order these bearings. It doesn't appear that the race has been damaged. Well, actually it does, yeah. No? Really? This is the outer race of the top bearing right here. And I could probably take a punch and come in from the other way and knock it out. But by the time you buy bearings, and the length of time it takes you to replace the bearings, and you may not be able to get this bearing unstuck without screwing up the shaft, you can buy a whole new spindle for just a couple dollars more.
Yeah, they sell them in a set of 2.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll replace both of them. Well, anyway, what I'll do is drill a hole, tap it, put a grease fitting in it, pull these grease seals out. This is a grease seal, and what you do is the grease seals that are facing inward, you take them out, and then you fill this up with grease. But you have to commit to it. You have to do it every time you change oil. You got to fill them up with grease, or you're right back to what you got now, which is no grease. See, that has no grease in it, and that's why that failed. And the top one was probably just the same. No grease. Okay, you can shut that off.
I was only on Amazon that you get it, next day, or because
Well, you'd pay for next day. Just ordered 2 of these on eBay, and I'm going to go ahead and replace the other one too, because if this one's this bad, the other one's probably close behind it. So when I get it, I will drill and tap this and put a grease fitting in it and pump it full of grease. And I'll show you how I do that. So I won't upload this video until I get the parts in. Yeah, that's what I'll wait. See you then. Well, I thought that was going to be the last clip, but I'm on the other side now, and I just went ahead and took that shroud off, and it is just packed in with grass around here. And these have ventilation, so I wonder if maybe these things fail so prematurely and appear not to have any grease in them is because they get so packed up with grass that air can't come up through these holes and cool this shaft. I suspect that may be true. So I'm going to have to do a much better job of cleaning this deck. I'm gonna have to pull these. It's just 2 screws that hold it on. Right here and right here. And that's it. So I'm gonna have to pull these off, take my air hose here, and blow it off around here fairly regularly. It's easier to do that than it is to replace these more often. So I'll have to make up my mind to do that. Yeah, I'm positive that's what it is. Look at all the holes. This thing is designed to have, when the blade goes around, it moves a lot of air. And what it does is suck the grass up because the nature of the blade. You see the little flip up in the back? What it does is create a vacuum, and it pulls the grass blade up before it cuts it. So it forces a lot of air out. And it's supposed to have some of the air come up through these and cool this. So I suspect, and the reason the other one fails quicker because that blade has to do twice the work. This blade is cutting the grass and throwing it over there, and that blade is cutting the grass and throwing this blade's grass and that blade's grass out the chute. So it's under a lot more strain, pressure, and work than this side is. And you know, you could say that's just a wild guess, but I've replaced enough of these, and more often than not, way more often, it's always the side on the chute, the discharge side, that goes first. And that's my hypothesis, that that's because it works twice as hard as the one on the non-chute side. Okay, that's all. I gotta wait for the parts to come in, so easy job. And I went ahead and ordered a belt just because this is getting kind of old. And it's starting to fall off occasionally. And that's what happens when they get old, is they lose their, they stretch a little bit. And these springs here that hold tension on the deck belt, it's not enough tension as these get older and stretch. So, you know what, is that a number? I was looking for a belt number. I ordered one, but I ordered a Kevlar belt. We'll see. Alrighty, we'll see you whenever the parts get here.